My name is Jose Campos. I am the head cross-country coach here at Luling High School, as well as the elementary PE teacher here at Leonard Shankly Elementary.
You have a chance to win it. Go for it. Just don't take out stupid the first 400. Like, get yourself out with the top ones. Like how you did this again, get yourself out with the top and just work it from there.
Being in a program like I was back in high school changed my whole perspective on life. Like, I learned so many life lessons, and I feel like me coming back to that now, filling Coach Barnett's shoes, and him being the father figure that he was for me, as well as other people that came through the program, I feel like I'm doing my duty to try and give that back. And what I'm trying for every day is trying to make sure that I impact, even have a quarter of the impact that man has had on other students. I want to be able to do that for other people as well. Really, the only thing you really need to have for, to be a cross-country runner is some shoes and a watch.
Right here, varsity guys, the ones that have already been running, y'all four, I need y'all under 250, preferably.
When everyone's attitude's the same and everyone's stuck on, I gotta be that guy, I gotta be that girl, I gotta be that person. I am trying to be the best that I can be, and I don't care who's stepping in between me and my goals and aspirations. The most rewarding part of coaching for me has either been, one is when we go to the races and you see it on their face. And I have a couple not so cross country, they love it, but they hate it at the same time. They show it to practice, just rolling out of bed, upset, why am I doing this? Until they go to the races and the meets and they finally realize, hey, I pushed myself, I can achieve these goals. And you see it on their face and yep, you did that. Seeing that excitement, that gratitude that all the effort they've put in is finally paid off somewhat in a small scale, and that they can continue to do that. And we have a little talk after, hey, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't have to stop here. Whether you are done with your 4 years of high school with me or not, or even in junior high, because I had the junior high team as well, just being able to grow and develop. There's no more effective way on judging someone's abilities other than looking at time. So the time doesn't lie. The watch doesn't lie. Things don't always fall into place the way you want them to, and sometimes you're pushing yourself a little bit more than what you thought you could, and you don't know how much more you can take. It really is the mental capability, the mental training. So for us was, keeping that positive attitude, or knowing that, trusting in your training to the fact that, hey, it's gonna bail me out of some situations here and there. So when you're starting to get into that, your body wants to respond a certain type of way, you have to almost configure it in your brain and, unlock the box of just hey, this sucks, to if I want to do something with this, I'm going to have to go now, or I'm going to have to go ahead and toughen this thing out, because once it gets down to the last 100, 200 meters, everybody's going to have it. But, sometimes in bigger races, and with us having as much success as we did, going around small schools was never too much of a challenge unless we were amongst ourselves. But going to those bigger races, whenever, we're racing against people that we had no reason being right there up against them.
All the way through, all the way through, all the way through.
We did some remarkable things with the lack of, I guess, speed and lack of, resources as compared to some of these other schools, but just being in your head that you're tough son of a gun, that's it. You just gotta how I think of it is you got a caveman brain, and the only thing you know how to do is eat. And if you're in the back, you ain't eating. So you gotta, fight for what you want. You gotta get really tough-minded in the head, and you can either, wallow around and be all beat up, oh, I can't hang right here, I'm gonna get complacent, I'm just relaxed, I know for sure I can't do this, or you can give yourself that challenge that day and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make myself better. So it really is up to you. Same thing, at the end of the day, it's about the individual Whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. And if you're not willing to challenge yourself, somebody else will more than happily take your spot.